Sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, as we know, our life depends on the condition of the mind. It's called Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. Mind is the forerunner. Mind is the chief. Mind is the creator. So then, according to the condition of the mind, whatever we recognize, that recognition going to change. And there is a reality in Dhamma. The reality means how things come to be as they are and according to as it is. So why the mind sometimes cannot get into that? When you have the pure, clear consciousness, awareness, that when that awareness able to have the direct contact with the nature, that is where you recognizing how things arising, how things happening. But in between this, what is happening? In between this, our memory come and involving with the experience. When the memory come and involving with this experience, what is happening? Your mind cannot experience the true nature. That means your mind cannot experience the Dhamma. So the Dhamma means the very nature. And when the mind cannot experience the true nature itself mind damage. How the mind damage? Because of the memory. And according to the thoughts. So look yourself, all the most of the disease come out of that mind. So that most of the mind related with thoughts related with the past or the future. That means not in the present moment. So if something related with past or the future, that's mean it called thoughts. Because in the very present moment, when you really experience something to the exactly to the moment, there is no thoughts. The thought itself means something related with past or the future. The thought mean itself, as example, there is an idea. So you cannot have an idea regarding the present moment of experience. So you get a little bit salt and you experience that salty. It is not an idea. It is not an idea. It is experience. When you are able to transform that experience to idea, then you need thoughts. So then ourselves, in day-to-day life, when you look yourself, mostly you dealing with thoughts more than the experience, the moment. That thought itself damage you. It damage, it develop the disorder, it deform your body, your brain, your mind, your lifestyle. And that is what called disease. When the mind deform, when the mind damage, when the mind disorder from its original form or its original being, it is a disease. Maybe physically you feel good, you see very healthy, but mentally you damage. When you are mentally damaged and when you take a decision out of that damaged mind, do you think it's going to be healthy? When we talk about well-being, the well-being means you are holistic itself, you are organic itself, you are completely physically, mentally, you are complete without any disease, without any damage. So our own thoughts, don't blame to anybody. Our own thoughts damage our mind. How? By thinking. And that's that. So this is create fear inside us. That fear lead you, then that fear itself disconnect from the moment, and that's why you leads to memorize things. Why you need to memorize? Because when it comes to the real experience, what you experience in this very moment, after another 5 days, you're not going to experience that. So why you get into the memory of this moment? Why you hold it to that? It come out of the fear. When there is no fear in your mind deeply, you no need to memorize anything. But we addicted to this as a culture, as a tradition, and we hold to our own experience. And then that it will become little by little, we disconnect from that. So as example, just think, when you have effort inside your desire, the idea to memorize something itself, there is a resistance arising in you. And in that very moment, you damage your mind. Why? Because you resist with the fear regarding the very moment. And that's why you're trying to memorize. And on the top of that damaged mind, you put something. But when you deeply understand and experience something, there is more clarity arise in you more than the memory. You don't need to memorize that moment, but you know it. So knowingly something and memorizing something, two different things. In the ancient time, according to Shrutame Jnana, it's you know it, and that knowingly become your wisdom. And that is the difference in the Shrutame Jnana. But if you learn something and you memorize something and you repeat it something again and again, that doesn't mean you know it. So when you experience something, when you know something, out of that knowing, out of that understanding, out of that wisdom, the confidence arises. That is what called faith. But what we does today, we memorize things. And then out of that memory, we get into rituals. And then we just repeating, and with the fear. That is the faith today. Mostly the faith came out of the fear, not by the understanding. The difference between this in the deeply, that's why I will explain you. From like for this our this spiritual history, it's only happened within 5,000 years. Mostly this 30,000 years around this generations coming, and within 10,000 years, all the transformation start in this brain, and the people first 5,000 years and get into the deeper level of struggle to transform themselves, and then from that another 5,000 years it took. In the middle of that 5,000 years, the highest result we got, that is the Buddhahood. The Gautama the Buddha attained to that Buddhahood as a result of this all the 75,000 years before from him, that all the 75,000 years struggle of the human awareness or the consciousness, and as a result of that the final, the ultimate pinnacle happened, that is the Buddhahood. So, and from there until this the mind, this little by little going in this journey. And ourselves, today we are in a position, we are in the moment. And look that from that, we are almost that the 2500 and 65 years now from that Buddhahood to today. And even from the Jesus to today, even from the Prophet Muhammad to today, we are not so far, because our ancestors came so long to reach to that, and brought from that pinnacle all the religious leaders, all the philosophers and everybody, and experienced the highest result of that. And from there, from that pinnacle, and we are not too far away, because we think another 5,000 years, 6,000 years and 10,000 years, this is going to be completely different. And so, but still, look how that detachment happening, how that we going away from the highest level of experience. We are little by little, how we become little by little ignorance. The very source, the very beginning of that is we disconnect from our real experience. And when we more dealing with the memory, it more damage to us. That damage take us to the fear. That fear detach from the reality, That is what happening. How they came towards the success of the consciousness, because they came out of the fear. They give up all the fearful things, and they little by little, they had the connection, their experience, their consciousness with the experience. Moment by moment, they became closer. But we are now again going backward, separating. That separation happened inside us with the memory. So look, in the first 1,000 years from the Buddha, and the monks used to memorize, because once you experience something, you no need to memorize the Dhamma. You memorize the Dhamma, and you preaching means you are not preaching. It's not preaching, because the very responsibility of the community of the sasana doing anusasana. So what you practice, you have to share. That's it. It is not you learn and teach. Look at that's all the education system. Even there are some professors, they never have idea regarding one subject, and then there is a vacancy. Though the chancellor called him and told, okay, can you take care of this class? And this person say, I don't know about it. So just study yourself and teach. So then what that professor does, he go and study some books and create a syllabus and come to this class, and he take care of this class for maybe 1 year or 2 years and do a syllabus. I many times heard. There are a lot of professors say, and they tells, I didn't know this subject when I take this class. Just look how he can teach. So like that, in the first, then what happened? Because of the natural disasters and because of many other difficulties, drought, because of that things, the monks couldn't experience the Dhamma, real Dhamma. So then what they did, they documented certain techniques. Why? Because in case if they die, this is completely going to disappear. And then now we just go with the book, and we worship the book, and we just follow the book, and we have the faith regarding the books, and we have fear for the books. But in the beginning of the wisdom, there was no books. It's a real experience. But it's nothing wrong, it's nothing harm. It should be there. And it going to become now everything in internet. And now so it has to be there like that. But your responsibility, even though it is there, don't go with it. Your responsibility, take the wisdom and practice yourself. What it says, go to the essence of it and recognize. So experience. When you experience, you have to forget the book. When you experience something, there is nothing can hold in the mind. If you hold something in your mind and try to experience, it's not going to become real experience. Remember that. It is become something else. That is what happening. Our mind, our brain damaged because of many kind of memories. That's why most of the organizations, most of the communities fail to have the very meaning of life. That's mean well-being. So it is, when we look at the world, that as example, we say United Nation, and all the big shots and the high class people and all the good, the mind and the brains, and they are United Nation. And how, if the real United Nation, all that's mean the nations united, how they can have an army? Why they should have an army? When they united, why you need the army for that? So when we say United State, so it's united. It's like a huge yoga. And chitta vritti nirodha. And then there is no body and mind separation. And there is no thought or the experience separation. You are itself, you become very being. So when you say United State, the state cannot separate. There cannot be separation because it's united. But look, even in that united state or the United Nation or the United Countries, and even we say universe, in that universe, how are you going to separate as country, as a nation, or as people? We say universal being. So what does that mean? If you are not mentally damaged, you should understand. But when you say we are universal beings and you fight with the neighbor, from where that ideology came? And we say we are universal being, we share all the inhalation, exhalation same, but we fight with people and we try to kill each other. Look, the Buddha himself told very clear, no, nothing in the middle. Don't kill any living beings. There's nothing in the middle, or this or that, nothing. And all the Hinduism also, it directly mentioned that. Don't kill any living beings. Because if you, as a human being, if you kill even any living beings, you come to that position because there is a fear inside you. Just think, when you have no fear, you're not going to come to that level. Even regarding a bug. So when you have the fear, that means you damage. So how you can replace it? Because the body, the mind itself, moment by moment, becoming new. So you can rebuild it. You can get healed out of it. It take only one moment. If you come out of the thoughts and just surrender in that very moment, you heal your sansaric journey. That's why it's attaining to enlightenment, it takes this second. It doesn't take the process, waiting time. No. It takes 1 second. How? That 1 second come. you're able to come out of the thoughts. Why? Because your own memory, remember, your own memory, your own thoughts damage you. So little by little, try to release the thoughts and get into the real experience with the any situation. Let go all the ideas that you carry with the past memory, even especially with the people. Inside our mind, we have always chatting, talking with our own thoughts. Just get into the very moment of reality and stay with it. It's you have to have some practice for that. That is what called art of living. So you have to learn it little by little, but it is possible. And get into that. If you're able to touch that point before you die, then you will see it worth for you as a human being to experience that. Once you experience that, and from there you complete this human existence. From there you able to come to the end, or maybe you go to the next. So with that, there was a king called Janaka long time ago. And one day he went to the park with his all the queens and the other everyone, and had a dance, and then he had a good time, and then he was just he wanna had a nap. He was lying down, and so all the queens and the dancers around him, and he felt so comfortable, and he had a nap. And then he had a dream. What is the dream? That he saw the neighbor country king come and attack him. So he got afraid and wake up. And then he saw all the queen and dancers, everybody around him. And even he was sleeping on the lap of the queen. Slept. And he felt so comfortable. Then again he went to sleep, a nap. And then again he start to see this dream and again wake up. Now the dream continue, and he tried to sleep and dream continue. Even though this all the most beautiful environment, comfortable environment, now this dream start to disturb him. So then he was half sleeping, wake up, half sleeping, wake up. After a while he had the question, what is this? So which one is real? Because when he experienced that dream, he feel that everything kind of like real. So now he have a question, what is real? So my dream is real, or what I experienced this is real? And then he asked from everyone, all the advisors. No one could answer this. And then after a while, one day, there was a person came, very crooked person. And his name called Ashta Kruta. So Ashtavakra. So Ashtavakra means this, his body from 8 places bent, crooked. His spine, neck, spine to the 8 places bend his body. That's why Ashta means 8, Vakra means the bend. So by seeing this person, he thought this person cannot be wise. How this person can tell about the dream? And the king ignored him. And then he told, no, I can explain your dream. And the king asked, how you can explain? Because look, your shape, and how you going to? Then he told, from the society, everybody rejected me because of my bodily disorder. And because of that, what I did, I start to study and I develop my wisdom. So the first moral of the story is, it doesn't matter whatever the physical form and disorder, that still there is a way. And if you are able to develop your wisdom, and you can get into the highest of this conventional life. And then the king asked the dream, so then how are you going to explain about this dream? Is it real or not real? So then this Ashtavakra told, when you are in the dream state, this world is illusion. And when you are in this world, and you name as real world, that dream is illusion. So according to the state of our mind, and other things going to become illusion. So remember, when we are in this, when we experience this, our dreams illusion. And when we are in the dream, what we experience this as real, which we call real in conventional way, this become illusion. So the king asks, what is real? Then Ashtavakra told, the what we see, what we hear, even in this conventional life or even in dreams, the both not real. So then the king asked, then is there anything is real? Then the Ashtavakra told, there is nothing real in between this, just only the moment of experience. Even that experience, moment by moment change. So when the king heard that, the fear disappeared. And it helped him to the liberation. So then remember yourself, don't clinging to the moment. Why? Because that clinging itself brings the fear. And even you enjoy it, behind it there is a fear going to arise. So then if you come out of this, all the dreams and the reality and the both, that is where you really going to find the freedom. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you. Thank you very much, everyone.